What's going on, guys? We got a special day today. I'm gonna be test driving my buddy's GR86. He just bought it. He came down from New Hampshire. We're gonna be doing a test drive later after we go to the car show. We're heading to Swansea right now to go to the Rising Coffee at the Chemical Guys parking lot car show. So we're gonna basically go hit up there and then do the test drive after that. And we're gonna see how this baby handles the little curvy Rhode Island roads. I'm honestly very interested to see how this thing is going to handle compared to the 4,000-pound boat we have right here. How much does this car weigh?
Like 2,800.
20,000, I forget. Look at this. Look how tiny this thing is. Look at that. That's absolutely insane. Crazy. Look at the size difference, guys. All right, guys. So we're gonna go take this thing for a ride somewhere. We're gonna go get some shots of it, maybe some video, and I'm gonna go test drive this thing. Oh my God, it's so low. Holy crap. Dude, this is so crazy. Well, now I know why Sid said these things are like so tight. Well, yeah, this is tight in here. I'm honestly very excited to drive this thing because you're sitting so low in this thing. Yeah, so for 230 horsepower, is it 230 horsepower?
Yeah, it's like 230.
For a little over 200 horsepower, this thing feels much faster because it's sitting so low.
And it's light, dude.
And it's light. Like, think about that. So for my car, like 370 base horsepower at the crank, and then my car weighs like what, 4,200 pounds? This is like, yeah, I mean, it's meant to be a track car. What size wheels are those? 18s?
These are 18s, yeah. 18,
so yeah, I mean, that's gonna be better for handling too, because the 20s are not obviously gonna be as good as handling as the 18s would be on the track. Like, you know, cornering is not gonna be as well. Even with the sticky tires I have on my Charger right now, still, it's not gonna help. All right, let's go. Oh my God, this thing is freaking low. All right, guys, let's drive this thing. It's so low to get into. This is like from my side. You're sitting straight up. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's test this thing out. You don't, there's no button on this, right?
No.
Oh, it's over?
Yeah, over.
Over first.
And then you, yeah.
All right.
I put a sport mode for you.
Sport. All right, let's do this.
What? Yeah.
It already feels very, very light.
Yeah.
It's definitely like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like not, I feel like I'm in a damn go-kart compared to my Charger.
Know, right?
That's crazy. You're sitting so low to the ground. I need to pump this back down. There we go. I feel like I'm in a literal go-kart right now.
Yeah, I know.
Literal go-kart.
Oh, you're going right.
That's definitely a blind spot because I can't even see out that side.
Yeah, you're going on the right.
I'm good?
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice tone to it.
Yeah, it does me.
That's just the boxer engine too. There's no exhaust on this car yet.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a little bit of pumped-in audio, but you know, so
Pumped-in audio?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
No.
But pumped-in audio, like that's pretty sad that they have to actually pump in extra audio though.
Yeah. It is what it is. Name of the game.
I would say it's very like when you get off the throttle, you feel it. Like it's a little bucky.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because it's in sport mode. Is that why it's just very responsive? It's like, cause my Charger's like the same thing like that too as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely, there's nothing comparison. The wheel is shaped very weird. The steering wheel in this car is not round. It's almost an oval shape when you're grabbing it.
It's very.
It's better to fit your hands almost.
Yeah.
It's a small steering wheel. It definitely is not the same size as my Charger.
No,
no way.
Big.
And
Your Charger's flat bottom too, I think, right?
no, it's not flat bottom.
Okay.
No, but I just honestly, it's like it's thin. Yeah, it's definitely I'd say not torquey on the low end, but once you go in, you start feeling the pull. Now I want to go turn around and see how this thing actually feels in the corner. Oh, it's very responsive. I mean, it's nothing comparison. I mean, it's kind of what I expected. It feels like a go-kart, It's so light.
Yeah, it's super light.
It's so light. I don't know how much my Scion weighed, but my Scion was definitely light as well, but did not have anywhere near the handling that this thing does. This thing is actually very, very smooth. It's much smoother than my Charger in manual mode. Like the shifts are so flawlessly crispy. Like I don't feel any bucking, like there's no jump at all. I'm not gonna go send this thing into the corner until I know if there's a compromise.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
That's what I usually do. I kind of go around and I, check out the scope of the area out before I really kind of get.
Last thing you need is another ticket.
Yeah, something about it. It's so responsive in the corners. Like I'm actually very impressed. I'm very impressed. The brakes feel much different. Oh, dude. Really?
Take it left here.
Come on. Now that it does not.
Yeah, ready? Take two.
What? Very huggy in the corners. Wow. Dude, that's planted. That's planted. Wow. That is very nice.
Good.
I mean, like, this thing is obviously sitting much lower than my Charger. So it's like, there's obviously, like, there's absolutely no comparison from, like, completely different cars.
Yeah,
There's
completely different. Two different audiences.
Oh yeah, hands down. I mean, the thing is like the stance of mine, it still handles nice, but this thing, like, you can rip it into a corner, no issue, and like, there's no question about losing traction. It's sitting so low.
The thing I do like is the massive side mirrors.
Yeah, it's funny because like compared to the side of the car, looking at the side of the car, the mirrors look huge compared to the window view.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm just gonna put this baby in the corner to see what we got. It's so crazy because I'm not in my car. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I can take. Usually, I know my limits in my car. It's honestly though, it's not as bad as I thought.
Yeah, no.
When you said the suspension was stiff, I was picturing like super bad.
No.
But I also had blown out coilovers in the Scion before that were horrible. I'm still averaging 28 miles to the gallon right now. Is actually pretty good considering that I know that both of us are spirited drivers.
Yeah. It's okay.
But like,
it's okay. Yes, but
like,
it's pretty good.
I mean, it handles great. It's insanely responsive. It's nimble. I think that as a daily, it's fine. But this is definitely would be a sick track car.
Oh, it would definitely.
And I think you need to put an exhaust on it. Like yesterday.
Like yesterday, yeah.
Like yesterday. I'm not like straight Mopar. Like I'm not all Mopar. Like all big muscle car thing too. Like I love my imports too. And obviously we both loved imports. Even the Hellcats. Like when you're higher higher end like muscle, they're like decently Shelby. No comparison to a Mustang. Like Jack's Shelby is insanely nimble around corners because it's a track car. Like it's not a Mustang. Like it's not a 5.0. It's a GT350. Whole new ball game. This thing though, like it obviously not near the power of that, but like it's very, very nimble, and like I do miss this. Like actually feeling the roads more. In my car, it gets a little tail happy, and I can't really do that. I can't. As for the bolstering on these things, like my Charger has pretty bolstery seats, but like this thing actually hugs you so well. It's even tighter than mine. Like these sits, I don't know if I could sit in this thing for more than an hour and a half or 2 hours maybe. Like I definitely think it's more track oriented. It's not a road, but it's not your sport touring. Like it's not, like you said, different audience. It's not meant to be a road trip car. With the Charger, that's where the thing that I like is like I have the power, I have the comfortability still too with the 4 doors. Like that's what I like about my car. But this thing is like a beautiful like weekend, like let's throw it around, or canyon road, country road, ocean drive in Newport kind of car. Like I do love the handling. Like I can't get away from that. Like obviously it is meant to be.
Yeah, it's meant to be
on the track. ripping corners, like, and you don't. When I told you when you originally bought this, I was like, wait, that's all that for power? Like, you really don't need it. Now I know why people like Miatas so much.
Oh yeah.
Because this is like the closest you're gonna get to like I've never driven a Miata, but like now I know why people love the low coupe, like, you know, style, just light car. Because it's fun. It feels like a, you know, it feels like a little go-kart. You're just tooling around it.
It's like a back to basics sports car.
Oh, definitely is a little tail happy.
You felt it?
Yeah.
I told you.
I felt that. I felt the rear end go in a second.
You do this corner go.
And that's all engine.
Yeah. That's the good old Boxer.
Not bad, Toyota. Not bad. Big step up from the 99 Camry I had.
Big step up for my Jetta.
What, you don't miss the Suzuki?
Dude,
The good old Suzuki
the one that
Forenza?
sounded like it was a gunshot every time you turned around. 4 MPG 5. You can get some distance on them, and then when you get to that corner, you can.
Yeah.
It's like a reset, more or less. You gotta like think differently with the car.
No, it's crazy. Like, I just can't get over how small it is. I just can't get over it. Like,
Dude, yeah, it's tiny, dude.
it's so tiny. Like, but it feels so. Yeah, like, you don't feel like you're getting sloshed around. Like, you're feeling the road. You know, feeling the road, man.
I feel more in control sometimes.
You do, like, being low to the ground, hands down. Because, like, yeah, there's body roll in my car in a little bit, but like this thing is like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's so tight. What's like the actual clearance of like, what's the clearance?
I don't know,
What's your
dude.
Vector?
With my Vector, I don't remember.
I know. Have you ever seen an airplane?
No, I haven't.
Vector,
I just know that
What's your
line.
clearance?
You ready? You can do
Roger. What?
Gun it.
Downhill. In the tree. It definitely gets more happy when you're getting up higher.
Yeah.
Low end torque isn't really there, obviously, but it's not gonna be.
No.
Like, it's once it gets going, it's fun.
It's better than the first gen. The first gen was like towards the end half.
Yeah,
Of the range.
what do you see, like what the?
It was a torque dip, like a nasty torque dip.
3,500 RPM is like where I really kicks in, really feel it.
Yeah.
I certainly don't know if I could daily it for like, well, not. I wouldn't say like I think I could daily this, but I do definitely not think that I would want to have this car to use in a road trip. I would take a sedan or I would take an SUV because for me, like, because being 6'2" though.
Oh
like,
yeah,
I'm
you're
tight
tall.
in here.
Yeah, I'm like 5.
tight
I'm a
in
little
here.
boy. I'm 5'8".
No, I'm tight in here.
Yeah.
Even in my car sometimes, dude. My car, I have my seat adjusted all the way down, and my head still almost hits it.
Yeah.
Like if I can't even like look up sometimes, even with the hat on, without a hat on, my head's almost touching the ceiling still, even in my Charger. And that's a huge car. There's a lot of space in that car. An hour and a half, 2 hours, yeah. If you're going across country,
Oh no.
I wouldn't take this. It's not meant to be. Like I said, it's not meant to be a cross country car.
No,
you know?
it's like more of a canyon.
Yeah, it's meant to have fun in, like, you know, like those beautiful California canyon roads that we've never been to that we'd love to go to sometimes. Or
One day.
Or was it Tail of the Dragon? It'd be fun with this thing.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, I love it, dude. It's fun. Probably
Now, let me ask you this though. So what was the one thing that was like, okay, no, I have to get this car? Like, what was the one main feature that you loved about this that, like, okay, like, Supra aside, like, I know you wanted the Supra before too, like before you, like, you know, before you decided not to get the Supra, but like, what was the driving home, like, just the fact that it was more of a track-oriented car?
No, NA and the Boxer.
You wanted the Boxer?
Yeah, I wanted a Boxer.
Because I know you looked at Z's before too.
Yeah. My last car was a turbocharged. It was like a little 1.4 liter, but it was turbocharged. But I wanted to get back to NA. Just the responsiveness in the Boxer is just super smooth.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the smoothest engine
you
I've
mentioned
had.
to me earlier about that when we were at lunch, and I know, obviously I took your word for it, but like this, I gotta say, it is very, very smooth. It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's so smooth. The manual shifting is like super, super smooth. Like with the Charger, there's a lag because I mean it's a muscle car. with, you know, a shiftable automatic. It's not going to be this, you know, not like a Porsche, not going to shift like a Porsche.
I mean, but your Charger has the ZF transmission, so it's pretty quick.
It's smooth, but it's very bucky.
Yeah.
Like, and especially too, like, you know, earlier when we were leaving the meet, when I was like, you know, I was getting on it, I'm winding the car out and I shift, there's like a like there's a pause there. It doesn't catch for a second. Like it's not super responsive. It's a long shift. It's not a quick shift, but it's not dual clutch.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, it's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I said,
but
like a Porsche.
yeah, like getting back to it, like I just wanted the Boxer and then NA. Like I wasn't really looking for anything that's killer horsepower because like maybe I'm getting older and I think like super high horsepower is not really important anymore.
Rather drivability.
Yeah,
and,
like it's like
road.
yeah, it's like more of like a motorcycle. Like why would I buy a, you know, 1300 cc if I can only go to second gear?
Yeah, because it's like people that would have like an H2R.
Yeah.
And like, you know, these roads, like you can't even open it up. Like if we live down south,
yeah,
that's a different story.
Another thing too was it was really good is that yes, it doesn't have back seats, but I could fold the back seats down, and I get more space.
That is true.
And also the price, definitely.
Well, obviously the price, like what was this, like the half the price of the Subaru?
Yeah, around there you have it.
But if you wanted to, and if you had the cash to throw up, you would have gotten the Subaru.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, there's no denying it.
Most likely, yeah.
It's a different.
I mean,
it's a
I
different
like
beast,
technically could have got it, but I didn't want to like eat ramen every day. I'm dead serious.
Does the steering tighten up when you put it in sport mode?
No, it's 1-to-1, dude.
Really?
Yeah,
Because
even
my car, the steering gets tightened.
No, dude, it's raw.
up. It's all raw.
Yeah.
My car when I'm in sport mode, dude, it really handles like a beaut.
Yeah, I know. That's the first thing when I drove it out. I was like, yeah, this is amazing.
I'd love to actually have like wide open roads to actually enjoy this thing.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you know, I live in Rhode Island, so
Even in Mass, dude, it's like
even in Massachusetts, New Hampshire. But New Hampshire, they got long roads.
Yeah,
it's
when I was driving down here.
Like not like we wish we had roads that were like those canyon roads that are like a lot of bends back and forth to actually feel the car and put it through its paces, you know?
Yeah, you do feel. I'm telling you.
You feel every friggin' bump. Like I just ran over to Ladybug and I felt it.
I joked around when I went at work.
Did you feel that feather I just struck?
Dude, I was like, I scraped on a pebble. I'm like, really? I'm like, no, but I did, yeah.
But you feel it. Well, dude, I mean, even in my car though, even though it's 4,000 pounds, you still, if you go, I'm sorry. If you go over like a big rock, you still feel it in anything because the suspension's being adjusted, like it's being affected, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think with you know, just with how low this thing is, you know, just how tight it is, it's just you feel literally everything.
Yeah.
But you want that when you're on the track. So honestly, I think out of everything that I've driven in my life, that has got to be probably the lowest, but also the most responsive. And I think Toyota and Subaru did a pretty good job with like the job on actually getting a track capable right out of the box, because that thing is just, you know, it's meant to be on the track. Like I can't wait to actually, you know, drive it once you have an exhaust on it. And if you modify a little bit more too, like that's gonna be a fun car. It honestly is a really fun car, guys. I would recommend it for anyone that likes like, you know, lower, sporty, light, cheap, decent on gas, except for right now with the prices being $1 million a gallon. But like, you know, because it needs 93,
yeah,
right?
it needs 93.
Yeah, so that's the only downside, obviously, is like, you know, no, there's other downsides, but that's one downside. It's like it takes more expensive gas than my car does right now. But I think, you know, the gas mileage is really good. Like we were averaging 28 miles to the gallon, and you know, we were getting on it. You know, it was taking a beating, and I think it did pretty good. You know, I am really impressed with it, and I would say definitely it exceeded my expectations of actually how fun it was, because when you told me the power, and I'm like, oh yeah, it might be okay. It might feel like a little bit, like a little peppy, but you can actually feel it. You know, with sitting that low, you really feel the power a lot more, and like just, you know, it feels like a really expensive go-kart. Expensive go-kart. No, I really did like it. That about does it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, please don't forget to smack a like button and go follow George on Instagram We're gonna be posting some pictures of the GR86. What's your Instagram handle again?
I forget.
I'll drop
tag
it. I'll
yeah.
drop it right in this video right here. But yes, definitely subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Honestly, oh my God.
That's a blooper.